All right, we need to talk about Pretty Little Liars. I did not start watching this show until last month, so like the very beginning of September. And I was never interested in watching it. I just thought it looked like a silly little teeny bopper show. And I just got so sucked into it after seeing so many people on Twitter talk about it just over and over and over. And then the finale happened and people were freaking out. And I'm like, well, I'll just give this show a shot. So I watched the first couple of episodes on Netflix and I haven't stopped. And I like whizzed through all of the seasons. And then I was waiting for the Halloween episode. So last night it was on. And there's a couple of things like annoyance. I just have an annoyance with something. When Aria was in the box, she was screaming. And to me, it seemed kind of like half-hearted screaming anyways. And then if you watch the video, like she's screaming, but her mouth is just like, and then she's just like in the box. So you can tell that they added in the audio, but it doesn't sync up. And that just annoyed me. I was like, really? Come on now. It's just a little, who was editing? We need to have a little talk. And then Jenna, like why did Jenna want Allie dead? Like I was bullied in school. I was, and there were many days that I cried and there's many days that I didn't want to go to school, but I never wanted to kill somebody. And I think that's where, you know, this show isn't really realistic because people are going around killing each other like crazy. And I don't really understand it, but it's a show and there's a reason why we like it. I haven't read the books, so I don't know how close the books are to the show. I know that the A in the books is not going to be the same A on the show. So I know there's differences there. So it didn't really make sense to me why they had that little girl, little ghost girl, and she's like, I want to call my mommy. My mommy said that I could call her if I'm tired and I'm scared and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was creepy and all, but is it supposed to be an Allie ghost? And if it is, like, I don't really know how that fits in. Was it just supposed to be like some like weird thing for the Halloween episode? No clue. So Jenna wants Allie dead. I don't really know why she wants Allie dead. Could she see during that time? Because, you know, Garrett pretended to kill her and she was like, shh, don't tell, you know. But I wonder if Jenna could see at that point or if she was still like blind as a bat. But did he plan to pretend to kill her? Like, what was the whole thing of that? And then why did Allie want it to be that way? And then Aria's dad, you know, I think it could be taken a couple ways. I mean, her just blackmailing him because that's what Allison does. Or was she like a past fling of his? I don't know if they were trying to go in that direction or not. I mean, it sounded like she was trying to blackmail him, but I just don't know if there was more to it than that. Oh, what else? Oh, Toby, come on, dude. Don't be A. I love you. I really hope that you are just such an awesome person that you're infiltrating A so that you can turn around and be like, suckers, I got you. I'm not really a bad guy. And now you're all going down. That's what I'm hoping. And Ezra cannot be A. I just refuse to believe that, but I have to admit that his part in this episode was a little weird, and I'm hoping that maybe he just didn't get enough sleep the night before and he's really stressed out because maybe he just found out he had a kid, so he feels guilty and that's why he's acting shady. He's just kind of like, oh man, how am I supposed to tell my girlfriend that I have a kid because he doesn't know that Aria knows that he has a kid. I really hope it's not because like I just tried to push my girlfriend off a train, kind of shady. I could not hear what A or whoever it was whispered when Aria was in the box. They said something and you could see like the clothes walk by, and I rewound it a couple of times. I did not catch it, but do you think Mona was the dressed girl? I think Mona was the person dressed up as Caleb just because she had the mask under her bed. So who would that other person be? Was that Toby? Like, some people think that Toby was a part of it, but Toby was in the episode as a character and he was in and out so much that I'm like, was he really, like, did he have time to change and do all that? So those were a few things that I'm wondering. I'm trying to think what else. I didn't write anything down. But I was just really kind of like, what is going on, people? And when people talk about maybe Arya being A, I get like, I just don't want any of them to be A. I just don't want to go through the emotional turmoil of one of the four being A or Ezra being A, and Toby needs to check himself and turn around and walk out of this situation, and then I'll be like, all right. Do you think any of the parents are involved in this? I feel like, why would they do this? You know, because if, you know, I could not pretend to love somebody. So if Ezra or Toby is a bad person, I'm just gonna be like, wow, you're good. And there's just so many ways, like, it'd just be so hard. And I really don't know how they're coordinating all this. Even so, now we know that there's two people, but how are they coordinating all this to make it work the way that it's working? And like, what role does Noel play in this? I mean, he's just pretty much being a jerk, and he really annoys me. I'm just getting really annoyed by him, and the body with the drinks. I mean, that's just kind of weird, but I mean, ooh, shocker. I mean, that really, I don't know. That didn't really, like, I wasn't like, oh wow, I can't believe it. But the hand at the end, there is somebody crawling out of a grave or something. I don't know if it's a grave or what it's considered, but somebody's coming through the dirt, which is kind of weird. So that means somebody was probably just put there because they're still alive, and then shallow enough that they're able to dig out, which, you know, I don't know. Who do you think it is? So I don't know. What do you think's coming? What do you think is gonna, what do you think is gonna happen? Who's playing what? Who's doing who? Not that way, but you know what I mean. And I don't know, you guys. I'm getting uptight about this show. I want to know what's going on. And I like watching shows after they've been out for a while. That way I don't have to wait a long time to see what's going on. But now that I'm caught up, I'm like, great, what am I supposed to do till January? And then I'm going to watch it on a week-to-week basis, which means I'm going to go crazy every week. The only two shows that I watch on a weekly basis is Revenge and Once Upon a Time. And but before that, I had really gotten into a routine of waiting a couple years so that I could slowly work my way through some shows. But those are my thoughts. I want to know what you're thinking. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you predict, you know, what you think is going to happen. Who's A? Do you think Toby's really bad? Do you know what that little whisper thing was when they were outside of the box? I don't know. I think the show should hire me as A. I think I'd be a really good A. Yeah. And then I could be the infiltrator. That'd be good, right? I mean, I think I would look good. Oh, the black hoodies. What is up? I think it was the last episode before the Halloween episode. There's like 7 or 8 hoodies on a rack. Why do you need so many black hoodies? Like, is that an indicator that there's that many people in A and they all need their separate sweaters? Or like, do we have some sort of like OCD A that needs to have a brand new sweater every time she goes out and tries to kill somebody? I don't know. I really don't know. So tell me what you think. Once the show starts again, I might like do a weekly video just like chit-chatting, because I think it'd be fun to kind of try to talk about it. I like shows that take a lot of forethought, and you know, they really had to think this out and they go back in time. And that's why I really like Revenge Once Upon a Time. I just feel like there's so many ways that you can work a story and it's exciting. It's not just like a regular old boring drama. All right. Well, I'm going to go now and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, I just realized that I didn't even talk about Garrett dying. Yeah, I saw that coming. I had tweeted about it. I said that they were going to make it seem like Noel died, but Garrett was going to die, because I saw like a clip where Noel was choking and I'm like, nah. And I go on and I read like I try to read spoilers anyways, just because I'm really impatient. I like to know what's going on. But there's also a 10-episode web series on ABC.com. I think it's ABC. It's Pretty Little Liars. You go on there. They have the webisodes, and there's supposed to be a lot of like hints as to what is going on. So you should check that out. So yeah, I just realized I didn't even talk about Garrett, but not shocked. Are you guys shocked? All right,